If you've ever done any online shopping, you've almost certainly used PayPal. PayPal has been processing online payments for over 20 years. They were one of the innovators in the industry, and they're still right at the top of the food chain when it comes to online payment processing. Now, in a move that would make George Orwell proud, PayPal is instituting a new, quote, disinformation policy, and that could cost you thousands of dollars if you post anything that some random PayPal employee considers to be discriminatory. Why is this a big deal? And should you be concerned about it? Let's find out. Welcome to Political Pop Culture, where the important and the not so important issues of the day are broken down, discussed, and occasionally even mocked and ridiculed. I am your host, JP, and this is my take. A new policy update from PayPal, set to take effect on November 3rd, allows the firm to punish users who advance what they consider to be, quote, misinformation, or presents risks to your, quote, well-being. How does PayPal plan on punishing those who post content they don't like? Why, by fining you up to $2,500 per offense. Now, PayPal has a long history of deplatforming people and organizations based on nothing more than their political views. In January 2022, journalist Ian Miles Cheong was informed that his PayPal account was being permanently banned. On his Twitter feed, Cheong said, quote, "PayPal just informed me that they have permanently banned my account. Without giving an explicit reason why, the supervisor was extremely rude and implied that it had everything to do with my politics." But hey, as bad as that sounds, maybe it was just a mistake, right? Or maybe there was something else that caused his account to be banned. And maybe the PayPal supervisor was just having a bad day, and that's why she was rude and implied that Cheong's politics were behind the ban. That doesn't make sense. But hey, look, here's the thing. Cheong's case is not an isolated case. In September 2022, PayPal handed down lifetime bans to multiple accounts held by the conservative editor of Free Speech Union and the Daily Skeptic, Toby Young. Toby said in an article posted on The Spectator, quote, "At around 2 p.m. last Thursday, I received an email from PayPal informing me that the company was initiating closure of my personal account because I was in violation of its acceptable use policy. If you have money in your PayPal balance, we will hold it for up to 180 days. Then it got serious. Within a few minutes of contacting me, PayPal sent the same message to the Daily Skeptic, the news publishing website I've been running for 2.5 years, and also to the Free Speech Union, the organization I set up in 2020 to defend people threatened with cancellation. In both cases, PayPal was shutting down the accounts for the same reason, breaching the acceptable use policy. No further details. To give you a sense of how serious this is, about a quarter of the Daily Skeptic's donor revenue is processed by PayPal, and about a third of the Free Speech Union's 9,500 members pay their dues via PayPal. Now, Toby Young is not just some conservative that PayPal disagrees with. He started an organization specifically to help people who've been threatened with being canceled. If that's not the definition of ironic, I don't know what is. PayPal is canceling someone who defends people from being canceled. Now, there was a big public outcry, there was a big backlash against PayPal when this happened. So much so that a few weeks after the lifetime bans were announced, PayPal reversed course and reactivated the accounts. They also apologized. At 5:30 p.m. this evening, PayPal notified us that it has restored all 3 of the accounts it canceled a couple weeks ago and apologized. Needless to say, we won't be using them again. PayPal also banned the account of Gays Against Groomers. Gays Against Groomers describes themselves as, quote, a coalition of gays against the sexualization, indoctrination, and medicalization of children. Breaking. We have just been banned from Venmo and PayPal within minutes of each other for violating their user agreements. We are an organization that consists entirely of gay people whose only mission is to safeguard children from abuse. Woke homophobia is real, folks. So apparently PayPal is only pro-gay if those gays wear exactly the same color brown shirts and jackboots that PayPal wears. As far as this new PayPal policy, according to the Daily Wire, who broke the story, quote, a new policy update from PayPal will permit the firm to sanction users who advance purported misinformation or present risks to user well-being, with fines up to $2,500 per offense. The financial services company, which has repeatedly deplatformed organizations and individual commentators for their political views, will expand its existing list of prohibited activities on November 3rd. Among the changes are prohibitions on the sending, posting, or publication of any messages, content, or materials that promote misinformation or present a risk to user safety or well-being. Users are also barred from the promotion of hate, violence, racial or other forms of intolerance that is discriminatory. Deliberations will be made at the sole discretion of PayPal and may subject the user to damages, including the removal of $2,500 debited directly from your PayPal account per offense. The company's user agreement contains a provision in which the account holders acknowledge that the figure is presently a reasonable minimum estimate of PayPal's actual damages due to the administrative cost of tracking violations and damage to the company's reputation. That is a blatant attack on freedom of speech. This is a threat of financial punishment if you dare to go against anything the thought police and the Ministry of Propaganda tell you are acceptable talking points. This is unacceptable. Shutting down speech you disagree with and punishing those who speak it are not principles that any American should be okay with, regardless of which side of the aisle you're on. Every single PayPal user should be emailing, calling, and messaging PayPal about this disgusting attack, not only on conservatives, but on free speech. This cannot be allowed to stand. Until PayPal drops this policy and apologizes for this attack on freedom of speech, nobody should be using PayPal again for anything. Hey, I've got a quick update for you. While I was in the process of editing this video, PayPal released a statement saying that the acceptable use policy notice that recently went out did so in error and included incorrect information. Now they're saying that PayPal is not fining people for misinformation, and this language was never intended to be inserted into their policy. They're also saying that their teams are working to correct their policy pages, and they're sorry for the confusion this has caused. The translation is that PayPal was getting absolutely eviscerated in the court of public opinion. The reason I decided to go ahead and release this video but add the update is because PayPal's response to this is absolute BS. Do not be fooled for a minute. This is a woke company who wants to punish conservative speech, who wants to punish conservative thinkers, who wants to punish anyone who doesn't carry water for the Democrats and the far left. They got caught, they've got egg on their face, so they're backing off of this policy for now. But make no mistake, this was not an accident. Had there not been the massive amount of backlash, this policy would have gone into effect. I would urge you to still make your displeasure with PayPal and with their woke ideology known. Hey, if you liked the video, do me a favor and hit the like button. Then, if you feel like it, hit subscribe and the notification bell too. That way, you'll be the first to know anytime we upload new content just like this. You'll also be helping the channel by letting the algorithm know to show this video to other people who might be interested in watching it. Every little bit really does help, so thank you. Well, that's it. That's my take. What's your take? You can let me know your take in the comments below. You can also let me know your take by joining the cult at PolPopCult on all major social media outlets. Thank you for listening.